Okay, today we're doing lesson 11. It's a continuation of yesterday, so we're going to be doing some more multiple step word problems with measurement. Okay, so number one, Lauren ran a marathon and finished 1 hour, 15 minutes after Amy. So remember, that's not her time, it's how much after Amy. Now Amy, who had a measurement or had a time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. So now we have an actual time for Amy. Cassie finished 35 minutes after Lauren. Okay, so we're comparing the three girls together. So how long did it take Cassie to run the marathon? Okay, so let's set this up with our three girls. We have Lauren, Amy, and Cassie. Okay. Now Amy's the one that we have an exact measurement time for. So we know that Amy had a time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. Okay. All right, now Lauren finished 1 hour 15 minutes after Amy, so that means her time was longer if it took her more time to finish the marathon. Okay. So when we go to label it, okay, our 1 hour and 15 minutes is this section right in here. Okay, that's how much time took her past Amy. Okay, well now we have Cassie. Now Cassie finished 35 minutes after Lauren. So now that means Cassie's bar is going to be a little bit past Lauren. Okay, and we'll put our time here as 35 minutes. So we're comparing Cassie to Lauren and then Lauren to Amy. Okay, now our question is, how long did it take Cassie to run the marathon? This is what we're trying to find. Okay, now if we look, this is a pretty simple, straightforward question, because if we bring our lines down, okay, we'll see that this section of our bar is the same as Amy, so we know that this is 2 hours 20 minutes. Okay, this section in the middle here, that's the amount of time that Lauren had after Amy, so we know that this is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so now we have measurements for all three sections, so we can just add those up to get to Cassie. 2 hours 20 minutes of Amy. We have 1 hour 15 minutes from Lauren, and then another 35 minutes for Cassie. So now when we go to add this up, remember we're going to add up our like units. So we have 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and 35 minutes. So if we add up those three, we get 70 minutes. Okay, and then add up our hours. We have 2 and 1, so that's 3 hours. Okay, so we have 3 hours, 70 minutes. Well, we know that 60 minutes are in an hour, so we have 1 hour, 10 minutes. So now our total then is 4 hours, 10 minutes. And there's our time for Cassie. So it took Cassie 4 hours, 10 minutes to run the marathon. Okay, number 2. Chef Joe has 8 pounds, 4 ounces of ground beef in his freezer. Okay, so I'm going to underline that. Now this is 1/3 of the amount needed to make the number of burgers he planned for a party. If he uses 4 ounces of beef for each burger, how many burgers is he planning to make? All right, so let's set this up. So we have our 8 pounds, 4 ounces, but that's 1/3 of the amount that he needs. So here we have 3 sections because of 1/3. So each section is 8 pounds, 4 ounces. Okay. So first thing we need to do is find out how much meat he needs for the whole party. Okay, So we're going to do 3 times 8 pounds 4 ounces. Okay, so that's 3 times 8 pounds plus 3 times 4 ounces. So that gives us 24 pounds and 12 ounces. Okay. Now if you notice, the number of beef he needs for each burger is in ounces. So what we need to do is find out how many total ounces this equals. So we need to take our 24 pounds and convert this into ounces. So we know there's 16 ounces in a pound, so we need to multiply 24 times 16 to find out how many ounces are in those 24 pounds. So when we go through and multiply it out, we see that we have 384 ounces plus 12 ounces. Okay, so we take our 384, add 12. So we see we have a total of 396 ounces. Okay, so that's the amount of beef that he needs. Okay, but now we're going to take that number and find out how many 4-ounce burgers we need. Okay, so our next thing that we need to do is, if you think we have a total of 396 ounces, and we need 4 ounces for a burger. We need to know how many burgers can he make. Okay, so now we can do a division problem here. So you see 99 is our answer. So Chef Joe is planning to make 99 burgers. Okay, and so that's how you do that one. You got to find out the total number of ounces and then divide by 4 to find out how many total burgers we need for each one. Okay, moving on to number 3. Sarah read for 1 hour 17 minutes each day for 6 days. If she took 3 minutes for each page, how many pages did she read in 6 days? So again, we have a multiple step problem here. So first up, okay, we have 6 days. Okay, and we know that it's 1 hour 17 minutes for each one. So first thing we need to do is find out the total amount of time it took her to read. Okay, now if you notice, we need our answer in minutes though, because we want to know 3 minutes per page. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert our 1 hour 17 minutes into minutes. Okay, so now we have 60 minutes plus 17 gets us 17 minutes. Okay, so now she's reading 77 minutes a day. So we need to find out the total number of minutes for the 6 days. So we do 77 times 6. So she's reading a total of 462 minutes. Okay, so now we need to know the total number of pages. So this is the total number of minutes. So if you think about another tape diagram, okay, we have 462 minutes. She's doing 3 minutes per page. We're trying to find out how many pages did she read. Okay, so now we need to do some division. Okay, so you can see that she's read. So she read 154 pages in 6 days. Okay, so you got to find out the total number of minutes and then divide by 3 to find out the number of pages. Okay, moving on to our last one here, number 4. We have grades 3, 4, and 5 have their annual field day together. Each grade level, there's that word each, is given 16 gallons of water. If there's a total of 350 students, will there be enough water for each student to have 2 cups? All right, so there's a lot going on in this. So let's model it out. So we have our 3 grade levels, grades 3, 4, and 5. Now each grade level is given 16 gallons. So we need to find out the total number of water they have. Okay. Now we see here that each student is getting 2 cups. So what we need to do is convert our gallons into cups so that we have common units. So 1 gallon equals 16 cups, and we remember that from our gallon picture on the front of our book. So that means 16 gallons times 3 is 48 gallons. So we have a total of 48 gallons here. So what we need to do now is take our 48 gallons times 16 cups to find out how many cups are in our 48 gallons. So we have a total of 768 cups. So that's our total now. So now what we need to know is if we have a total of 768 cups, each student is getting 2 cups, are they going to have enough for their 350 students? Okay. So if we think about it, we have 350 students. Each one is getting 2 cups. So if we multiply this out, we see that we're going to need 700 cups. Well, we have 768. So our question is, do we have enough? Well, the answer is yes, we have more than enough. Okay, so there is enough. Water, okay, because they need 700 cups and have 768 cups. Okay, so they have more than enough, they have plenty. Okay, so these problems are a little bit harder than the ones we did yesterday. So really make sure you're reading carefully, read the question a couple of times, circle, underline, and model everything out. You see that these are multiple steps, so sometimes you might need 2 visuals, 2 diagrams. Okay, and always go back into the question. Okay, so go ahead and give the exit ticket a try.